Hello everyone, hello YouTube. It has been a long time. It's been a few months since we've spoken last, and it's kind of crazy that as soon as I get ready to tape this segment, I find myself getting a little emotional. I really love you guys, and I think of you as family, and I want to keep my promise to keep everyone updated on things dealing with breast cancer and how I'm doing, and am I getting better, and you know how where I'm at with my life now and those types of things. So going forward, I am going to do better and try to make more tapes more often and keep you guys up to point on where things are with me. So I am still cancer free. Thank you, Jesus. God is good, amazing. He continues to keep me. I'm so grateful. I am now in the gym trying to get this weight off of me, because once I went through chemo and I got put on the steroids, I just used that as an excuse to, you know, gain weight and put the extra weight on, because I truly cannot say that every pound that I have on me right now is due to steroids, because it's not. It's due to me and my love for food and sweets. But I am hitting the gym now 3 times a week with my trainer, just trying to get back to where I know I'm supposed to be and trying to get myself healthy, because I need to stay healthy, you know, just to increase my chances of never having to go through this again, you know. But like I've always said, I'm walking in my healing, and I believe God will keep me, and that I'm going to be cancer free for the rest of my life. That's just how I choose to look at it. And you know, it's just so much easier when you think about the positive things. It's so easy to focus on the negative and the what ifs. And you know, I have had some family and some friends that pass away, you know, from breast cancer, but that's their story, and that's God's plan for them. It doesn't mean that because it happened to them that it's going to happen to you, because that's not true. God has a plan for each one of us individually, and whatever that plan is, it will come to pass. And I believe that God is going to keep me. He continues to keep me. I'm totally blessed. I'm in a happy place in my life. I'm beginning to feel like myself again. That did take a little bit of time, you know, with dealing with the hair loss and the eyebrows and the eyelashes, and the eyelashes is still, you know, coming in slowly, but that's what they have false eyelashes for and extensions. So, you know, we just keep it moving, and it's no big deal. But let me talk about a little bit about radiation, because I don't remember us having that talk. So when I finished with my chemo, I did 6 weeks of radiation on my left breast, and radiation is nowhere as bad as chemo. I mean, you go in there, you lay on the table, and you hear the machines for 5 minutes, and then you're done. But I experienced a little bit of burning in the left breast, if you can kind of see. Maybe not so much, because I don't want to be putting my business all out there. It's darker than this breast, and the doctor did tell me that it's a possibility that they will never be the same color again, and I'm fine with that. I mean, I'm absolutely fine with that. I do experience some tenderness and soreness from time to time in that breast. The nipple especially tends to hurt sometimes. But other than that, not too bad for the radiation, except for towards the very end, the burning. You know, the breast does cook like a Christmas turkey. That it does do that, you know, and so that doesn't feel too good, but it's not something you can't get through, because by the grace of God, you can get through anything, you know, so it's doable. And that was about it with the radiation. I'll share with you guys my first visit to have another mammogram after I was done with everything. I don't really sit back and focus on or think about the cancer returning. I don't really, not too much. But there are times, you know, I will, but I don't, not too much. And when I went for my visit, fear did creep in. It did. And I, for the first time, seriously found myself afraid. And the what ifs came into play, and the God, please don't let this happen to me. And then you start imagining things and feeling things, and every little pain you know, wondering, is that it? You know, that don't feel right. You find yourself just kind of overthinking things, and if that happens, it's normal. It's just something that, as hard as you try not to be afraid, it's something. It's scary in itself. It's scary, but when I had my mammogram and everything, and I had to sit outside and wait for the results, and as soon as the lady called me back and I heard her call my name, she seen the fear all over my face, and she said, "It's good news, it's good news. You're fine." And when I got in the room, I cried like a baby, because even though I did battle and go through the breast cancer and the chemo and the surgeries, it's not something that anybody ever wants to have to do again. And honestly, you don't know if you even would be up to doing it again, or if it's something that you have in you to do again. And it's a lot. So I've learned going through this that, you know, nobody can understand your journey or your pain or what you're going through unless they've been through it. It's just something that if you've never been through it, you can never tell another person, I understand what you're going through, or I feel what you're going through, because no disrespect, you couldn't even fathom what a person battling any kind of cancer is going through, what a person who had to take chemo for any reason. You have no idea. You just cannot understand what they're going through. And with that being said, once I got those results, I guess since it was the first time since I've been back since, you know, being diagnosed, and I pray that was the scariest time, because it was my first time, because I have another one coming up on, I think, March 29th or something like that, which I will share with you guys my news or whatever. But hopefully that it won't be as scary as the first time. The first time is always the scariest time. The first time you hear bad news like that is the scariest time. The first time you have to go back for a visit is scary. And then my oncologist told me that the type of breast cancer that I was diagnosed with, if it returns, sometimes it'll return in the lungs. And that was scary to hear that in my lungs. That, whew, that's a lot, you know, like that in itself is scary. So I have to get ultrasound every time I go, before I go to the doctor every 3 months, you know, just to make sure that there's no signs of cancer, no cancer in my lungs. So with that being said, I ask anyone who wants to pray for me and pray for me with sincerity and the best wishes for me, please pray for me. Keep me in prayer. I welcome prayer because prayer changes things. I know people don't believe it, and I had somebody put on my page on one of my tutorials when I said God didn't give me breast cancer, he allowed it to happen. And they basically said, BS, yes he did, you know, you're stupid for saying some garbage like that. How did he not allow it to happen? And you know what? All I did is went in there and deleted that. I don't got time for that mess. I have no time and no desire to even debate that with you, because you, if you happen to be looking at this, your beliefs are your beliefs. Believe what you want to believe. But what you won't do is tell me how to feel. I said he didn't give it to me. He allowed it to happen. And that's how I feel, and that's what I believe. So, going forward, would you please not come on my page and put that crap? Because all I'm going to do is delete it. We're not going to get into no confrontation or no debate about it. And you saying what you say ain't going to change how I feel. And me saying what I say probably is not going to change what you feel. All I ask you to do is to respect my page and not come on there and put garbage on there like that. Because at the end of the day, we are both, I assume, adults. And we can make our own decisions. So please don't do that, whomever you are. Because nobody's going to see it. As soon as I see it, I'm going to delete it. So don't waste your time. Don't even waste your time typing that kind of garbage on my page, because I'm going to take it off. Trust me. Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on. So, I don't know who might have just been diagnosed with breast cancer, especially triple negative, because that's what I have, so that's what I'm familiar with. But any type of cancer, breast cancer, lung cancer, ovarian cancer, any type of cancer, just know, I really need you to know this and to understand this, that everything that's done is for the glory of God. It's for the manifestation of God, because it's done for his glory. And God already knows, and it's already planned. And know that you can get through this. It's hard. And I say that because I'm never going to come on here and say that it wasn't one of the hardest things that I went through in my life, because it was. But you get through it. And keep on living. Tomorrow's going to be a better day. I remember when I was going through my journey with breast cancer, and my niece always would play this song for me called Better Days Are Coming. And I would cry. I would cry because sometimes I was having bad days, and I missed my life and my things that I used to do. I missed my hair. I missed just being normal. I missed it. And I would cry. And it didn't feel like it at that time. Honestly, it did not feel like better days were coming. It didn't. I'm going to be honest with you. It didn't. But one thing I did do, I always try to keep a smile on my face and to try to be happy. I didn't want to be miserable, and I didn't allow people to make me miserable, and I didn't want people to feel sorry for me and baby me, and none of that. I never wore a hat, ever. I never wore a scarf, because people needed to accept me for who I was and what I was going through at the time, because that was my story and that was my reality. That was what I was dealing with at the time. So no, I wasn't going to hide up under a hat. And I'm not saying that anybody that wears a hat or a wig or a scarf is hiding up under it. That was how I felt. Whenever I'm talking and I say something, don't take it personal. I'm talking about me and how I chose to deal with it. And everybody needs to deal with it however it works for them. If a wig makes you happy, girl, rock your wig. Rock your wig in all its glory. That's what you do. And be happy. Keep your peace. Keep your sanity. Don't let cancer steal your life. Don't, because like I said, at that time, that was a chapter that I was living in my life. I've closed that chapter and I done moved on. And I'm back to living life like there's no tomorrow. I'm totally happy. I'm getting back my strength. And just know, I mean, seriously, that's my main thing. Every time I come on here, to let you know to never give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't lay down and die. Don't let cancer win, because you can beat it. You can do it. You have to just find the will and the way to push through it. You just have to dig down deep and say, you know what, cancer? You ain't gonna control my life. Cancer is not the last thing that I'm gonna leave this world worrying about. It's not. I'm not gonna give it that much of my time and my thoughts. It's not going to control me. It's not going to dictate who I am, where I go, what I do. It's not going to be my every thought when I go to bed. It's not going to be my every thought when I wake up in the morning. It's not going to be my every thought as I'm working through the day. It's not going to be my every thought at every grandchild's birthday. It's not going to be my every thought when I go to church and pray to God on Sunday. It's just not. There are other things going on in my life that trump cancer. As a matter of fact, cancer ain't got no place in my life. I'm so serious. It don't got no place in my life. I'm so focused on being happy. I'm focused on my kids and watching my grandkids grow. I'm focused on where God is going to take me and what he wants me to do, and just being a woman of God, enjoying my friends. I go out with my girlfriends. We do things all the time. We travel. We go to concerts, we have fun together. You know, I'm focused on living my life and being happy, as we all should be. You know, don't. Even when you beat cancer and it's over, don't let that be the only thing you think about and focus on, because that's not all. You know, that's not God's plan for you to sit up and be sad and worrying about cancer coming back or returning, or every little ache and pain you get being cancerous. That's not God's desire for us. His desire is for us to grow and be prosperous and to be happy and to live our lives to the fullest potential. We were made in his image, and fear is not of God. And I tell myself all the time, even when it creeps into my soul sometimes, fear is not of God. Fear is not of God. And I shake it off and I keep moving. So I'm not going to try to stay on here all day and, you know, talk your ear off. I just wanted to come back and check in with everybody and let you know how I'm doing and where I'm at and where I'm going and how my life is going. And so I just want to share my journey with you, because it doesn't end because I no longer have cancer. I still want to share with you guys, and you guys share your stories with me, and to show you where I was and where God has brought me, because he has brought me from a mighty, mighty, mighty long way. Mighty long way. You know, excuse me. When I cry, my nose runs. That's just what happens. The other night I went out with my girlfriends, actually, on Saturday, and I put up a picture, and one of my good friends, I spoke at her church during the breast cancer month. She said, I love the outfit and the purse and, you know, and the hair, and I responded to her and I said, that's that comeback slay. They didn't know God was going to bring me back that hard, and he ain't even finished yet. So with that being said, you might be in that dark spot right now, and you might be in that place where you feel like you are just wiped out and you ain't got no more fight in you. But just think about the comeback, Slay. Just think about how God's going to bring you back better than you were before, how he's going to turn it all around, and how he's going to make you a better person. You're going to come out that thing looking better than you did when you went in. Believe that, because the God that we serve, he can and he will. God can and God will. So remember this. It could always be worse. And better days are coming.